Shit.
Yeah. Didn't even.
Yo, that's fucking fancy.
That was nice. You're getting fancy.
I feel like a professional.
I can't take credit for that. I didn't even know that shit was going to happen.
Maybe it's part of the update.
Yeah. But, so like I was saying, last week we reviewed Wicker Man, and what was the other movie?
Stealing Harvard?
Yes.
Stealing Harvard. We all got our rants about it. I do want to say one thing really quick, just because me, James, Puerto Rican Chris, and a gentleman named Jesse reviewed the fuck did we review earlier this week? Just only because of a comment. Oh, not Hereditary, the other one.
Oh, it was Midsommar.
Midsommar. We reviewed that the other day, or Tuesday, I believe. And you guys know his real name is Greg, but his nickname is Slinky. You guys know Slinky from Horror Research 30. So he comments on the post of us watching it and said, I think the director took a shot at the Wicker Man remake by putting the girl's BF in the bear suit, her boyfriend in the bear suit. The fucking stupid bear. And how the bear fur was the same exact color as his hair because he has a hairpiece. He has fake hair. But enough of that. I just had to get that out there, so big shout out to that. So, Chris, what did you think of these two movies, seeing as how you had the pleasure of sitting through both of them, but you didn't get to, like, rant on either one of them?
Let's start with Stealing Harvard.
Okay.
I don't know what was everyone's scores. I'm giving Stealing
I
Harvard.
liked it.
I'm giving Stealing Harvard a 5. It was entertaining enough with some good jokes. It helps that as much as I hate Tom Green, he's fine when he's in a small minor character. I mean, he's like a second tier character in this, so there is more of him than I would like to see. But I mean, I laughed. Jason Lee, I remember liking him more than I did. Like, he's fine. I love Leslie Mann and anything she's in. She's always great. I love this. I love that she cries when they have sex.
Yes, that was hilarious.
I thought that was hilarious. Actually, the one Tom Green scene that actually made me kind of laugh was when he was trying to break the window in the medical supply store.
Oh, like the driving wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, there's always bestiality when it comes to him at some point with him and the dog.
Exactly.
Watching this movie, I was like, he's not gonna, get molested or molest an animal. And what happens? Towards the end of the movie, dog.
He gets molested by an animal.
Yep.
I don't know. I gave it a 5. It was okay. A couple good jokes. My, of course, attention wandered throughout it, but Wicker Man fucking sucks, man.
Yes.
It is. What did I give? What was the zombie? What was the movie we watched on your podcast with the mummy? Return of the Mummy or whatever it was?
Mummy
Rise.
Returns.
Rise of the Mummy.
Yeah.
I gave that a 2. I will give Wicker Man a 3 only because of better production.
Okay.
The fact that Nick Cage burns to death.
Yeah, good point.
He burned. You know what? I feel like he burns to death in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, I think that's his thing. He's like, if I die, it has to be me on fire.
Like, the acting was bad.
It was Nicolas Cage.
The dialogue was bad. You didn't believe anything anybody was saying. Like, the only thing that made me actually laugh was when he punched that female tree in the face in the bar and then took her bear suit. That was kind of funny. He punches 3 women in the movie, and it was ridiculous. Like, you knew where it was going.
Yeah, that movie, man, it was garbage.
Them beating the shit out of him and him just screaming, which I wish they had a visual of them breaking his legs and everything.
I said the same thing.
Oh God, it was awful.
Yeah, it was bad. Not as bad as Blood Lake, but it was bad.
No, not as bad as Blood Lake.
I'm so happy you watched that movie, Chris.
Man, I almost watched it for no reason. I had a plumbing emergency.
He had the runs, people. He had bad diarrhea. That's what he was like.
Yeah, back it up.
When you move into a house and within the first week you have to call a plumber for a leak in the basement, you're not pleased.
That's true.
On a Saturday.
It's always the weekend. That's why they either penalize the weekend fee.
That's just you in the house making acquaintance. That's all.
Yeah, just getting used to each other.
Yep.
That was my thoughts.
Settling in.
Settling in.
So what's everybody drinking?
Okay, I guess I'll go really quick. I am drinking. It's a Bacardi. It's called Bacardi Zombie, and it's blue. And I mixed it with
I never had that.
blue raspberry lemonade soda, and I put like just a light splash of watermelon juice in here. Forgot the brand. Simply watermelon. Pour a little bit of that in here. So this is a good ass drink.
Nice.
And the zombie stuff is weak. It's only, you guys know I'm used to that fucking having this 100 proof vodka or 100 proof SoCo. This is only like 25%, if that.
Oh, so it's just a mixer. That's why I call those things. You mix it with the real liquor.
Well,
Like that just gives it flavor. Put it with the 100 proof.
No, because Aaron's done that way too many fucking times. You
Yes,
guys,
he has.
all ends up happening. It never ends well when I mix too much. So I'm just, being smarter,
Right.
responsible. Drink responsibly, people. Drink responsibly. But go ahead. What else is everybody else drinking?
I'm drinking Gatorade because I'm fighting a cold. So
Okay.
I have my NyQuil that I'm going to pop halfway through this and then be totally zoned out for whatever we talk about second.
Telling you, man.
Like Aaron does.
That needs to happen to somebody else. Hey, John, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate it.
I'm drinking some lemon tea Trulies.
Nice.
He's really on that white girl wasted bandwagon.
I still got some left. I gotta get rid of them.
I'm over here drinking just the nectar of life, the good old agua.
Piss. R. Kelly's nectar.
Listen,
if only
it's
Aaron,
filtered, okay? It's like on The Martian.
if only Aaron was actually drinking something, then that would have been great.
Nope.
One of these times it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna take a sip and shit just
Gonna go
the
everywhere.
whole camera shuts off. His computer fries. There's water all over.
Well, my computer's way over here.
Oh, okay. So you're
I'll
safe.
go this way. I have a garbage can over here, so if I have to
Vomit.
vomit, spit, it was over here. My garbage can somewhere. Oh, it's over there.
All right. So what are we talking first?
Where you want to get out of the way first?
Really quick, people. Let me just show you guys what we're reviewing tonight. Bizam, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and the other movie.
I guess we should do it. Atonement first.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get rid of Atonement.
Let's get rid of this one because they even have Matt. What's up, man? Hey, listen, Matt. Really quick, I'm gonna pop this one up on the screen as well. So midnight tonight, having a watch party, and it's only gonna be 10. There's 3 spots taken so far, so there's 7 left because it's 10 total, including me. This is what we're gonna be doing. Watching. It's not gonna be a live stream, but it's gonna be all of us watching it together, and mics on, cameras on if you want, cracking jokes, having some fun, and watching the movie. So yeah, if you want to be a part of that, let me know. Like I said, 7 spots open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But again, this is what we're reviewing tonight, people. So let's get through it.
Okay.
Drinking
Peach flavored twisted tea.
Yay.
Well, Dr. Matt, when you're done from work, if there's a spot empty, just hop on Facebook and shoot me a message, or matter of fact, I'll message you the link, and then if it lets you in, you can just hop in. If you're, by the time you get home, it'll be through the movie. But I already know you've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre probably like 4,000 times, part 2. But yeah, so we're back, peeps. Atonement.
This was an Ibrahim movie, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Initial thoughts, initial ratings before we even.
Okay, for one, I understand it's in the books as it won Academy Awards and all that shit because I guess it was so good. To me, it was boring as fuck, and it was jumping around, and it did make me. I was like, "Yo, I had a rant. What's up, these fucking kids, man?"
They were everywhere. There's so many kids, and I don't know who any of them are.
No, I'm talking about that one fucking girl, man. I would have put her in the toilet and drowned her.
Wow.
So
Well,
here's
back then they didn't have microwaves. I don't think.
You
Wait.
like you mentioned awards. This was nominated for a whole bunch of shit, but here's an interesting slap in the face of the director. It was the only Best Picture nominee to not be nominated for Best Director.
Ooh,
Wow.
Wow.
That's
damn.
not funny.
How does that happen when you get nominated for Best Picture, but the
Every-
director doesn't get acknowledged?
Yeah, that's weird. Wow, okay. They just didn't like him. They're like, yo, fuck him.
I mean, it's based on a book, a 2001 book. What this movie came out in 2007 or something like that. So I'm curious how different it was.
I don't know. I just didn't. I lost interest a lot. Like like a lot of scenes were dragging. The end was fucked up. I kind of like, okay, the end was okay-ish. How it ended.
The old lady, the little girl.
Yeah, where she basically lied about the end. She made up the end. The real truths were this. I liked how she said how they really died and they showed it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But the story itself, some fucked up parts, but you had Doctor Strange in there.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Benedict
he's the one that's
Cumberbatch.
jumping the time back and forth. That fucking bastard.
Dude, this movie was all over the fucking place.
It was.
Just hard to follow at times.
Yep. I
It was
agree.
hard to keep my attention. And like, not even that. I mean, yes, it was too long, but not even that it was 2 hours because damn near all of Ibrahim's picks, people, you're gonna be buckling up for at least an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, 2 hours or 2.5. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like average of 2 hours plus.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I'll-
I think
I'll be right
Chris disappeared. Take care of the dogs, but yeah, man, it was like I tried to focus as much as I can watching it, and like I didn't zone out and didn't watch it. I actually watched it, but it was hard. It wasn't like one of those that was easy. You just keep looking at the TV like, oh, you want to turn, you want to pick up your phone, and I was fighting it, man. I was like, don't do it. Pay attention to this shit because it's one of those things you got to remember this and you got to remember that. It's not a mind fuck. It's just you got certain parts you got to remember. Like you got to remember when they were younger, when she lied about the rape or this part happened, and then it jumps to the future. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I remember that. That happened then, and I don't know. Like Chris said, it was all over the place.
I will say this for Ibrahim though. It was the girl's fault. Like 100%.
Oh, fucking 100.
That is the one thing I said in the group chat. I'm like, if Ibrahim is out for that girl from Sex and the City, how's he feel about the blonde girl here?
And he was like, there's no debate about it. She is, yeah. And he's right.
That'd be
Like-
fucked up.
Like, and I
Spun it
had
around.
no idea who she was for like the first half hour of the movie at least, because I didn't even know if they mentioned it was her sister.
Yeah, I know, right? Or were they all sisters because they're in the same orphanage? I don't even know what that place was. Was it a school?
That was just her parents' mansion, I think.
Was it?
Their estate.
Oh, fucking! I thought like there was like kids that weren't even related.
The two redheaded stepchildren or whatever they were, I think they called them cousins. Redheaded
okay.
stepchild.
The red stepchilds are there. The one of them got raped. Well, not
The
really.
girl, dude, you knew as soon as Benedict Cumberbatch was looking at her, I was like, this is fucking creepy.
Yeah, it is.
If this is going to go where I think it's going to go. And it did.
Yeah. But by choice, I don't think it was rape because she married him. I think she had really crush on him. She just keep like looking at him. So I was like, damn, man. Like, fuck. Of course, it's still rape because, you know, he's like
Oh, yeah,
55.
Yeah.
Whatever how age he is in this. But yeah, man, this movie was like, it's sad. I know people like, if you look at IMDb, people are like giving it 10s.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. You gotta have like,
And I don't even want to, like, I know how some people might use the excuse, oh, it was a romantic movie, whatever, so you guys didn't like it. Because we actually enjoyed, we watched Sex in the City, and we fucking still debate about that.
enjoyed.
I didn't think it was that romantic, honestly. I'm like, how many? There's not a lot of scenes of them actually together.
True.
Yeah.
I was trying, and somebody was just always cock blocking.
It's not like any of the movie was him trying to win her over. They were already,
Yeah.
you know, just went right into it.
Yeah. It was like a relationship that they hid for a second. Then the sister caught him. against the fucking Bucks, yo, standing up.
Man, if you're gonna punch a kid, I would punch that kid.
Oh, fucking off the desk, like top rope.
Yeah.
Fucking hammer drop.
Off the desk and top rope.
What do you think, Chris?
I think that's one of the big appeals to people is like how much you had to keep track of it, but then also kind of the whole last aspect that we were just talking about as far as the way you have to. It's a weird little ride, but if you stick with it, you kind of get it. The imagery to the video or to the film is great, whatnot. Some of the shots they did, the scenery in the background, kind of the old feel of the old English, you know what I mean, type feel. It's just that came across really well, but everything else, again, it's like, how much more time?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Let's jump on the ratings. I'm giving this movie a 2. It was boring as shit to me. Like, it was hard for me to stay focused to it. Very hard for me to stay focused to it. And it was just like James was saying, how like he fought to stay on his or to stay off his phone and stuff, and I tried, but I was just like, fuck, man. I was fighting to stay awake. Like, I stayed awake. I was just, it was tough. It was tough. It was a rough watch. It was just, there was nothing like eye catching with me. Like, I know you can go back and watch The Fall that we did a couple of weeks ago. Yes, that was a longer movie, but it was way better than this. Way more entertaining. And it was just a better story, in my opinion. This was just, I wouldn't watch this again ever.
No, I'm giving it. I'm gonna give it a 3. There were some captivating scenes at the very least, but fuck, man, it's hard to follow. It's time jumping. The dialogue is super fast when they talk in their fake accents, so it's already hard to understand what's going. When it's happening and now what they're saying. And I swear to Christ, all the war scenes where he's just wandering around with his 2 friends, it's just them walking around. They're never in a fucking battle. How do you get hurt?
Exactly.
Like, there's not one scene where they're in an actual battle.
Yep.
And they're showing scenes of him like bloodied. He has like he got shot in his chest or something almost. That's the one scene it looks like. Like, where? All I've done is seen him walk through fields.
Yep. Agreed.
But
yeah.
the most interesting thing I learned about this movie, though, the Dunkirk beach scene where they get to that beach and he's walking through the beach. So because of time constraints and money, because there's so many extras they had in that scene, they had 2 days to film that. The director spent the entire first day with nothing but rehearsal for everybody there. And then on the second day, they waited till the sun was just right, did 3.5 takes. Wow. Single takes. That 5.5 minute scene was all the third take. That's fucking impressive.
That's kind of good.
That's the only good thing is like nothing really crazy was going on. It was just some of them were singing. Is that the part you're talking about where they're all on the beach?
Yeah. The
where there's
thousands
like
of them on the beach,
trucks everywhere. Yeah,
literally
boats.
one take, man. That was 1 5.5 minute take.
That is cool. That's crazy. What do you think, Chris? What are you giving?
3.5. Again, just because of some production quality in there and some some scenery or whatnot. But
and I really like James McAvoy. I just do. So I give him some props.
And that's about it.
All right, I'm going to follow. I'm going to say a 3. The only reason is because the little twist at the end where she made up the rest of the story. But it was fucked, and they really dyed it. I just liked how she talked about and it showed how they both died, especially like the water coming in. I was sitting there, I was like, imagine just laying there chilling. You hear bombs going off, and you just look up, and a giant wave comes shooting out through a fucking tunnel coming at you. Yo, that'd be a nightmare, man. That'd be like. So I like those scenes. The end, I say it was the best part, just because of that area. So I'm gonna give it a 3. It's way better than Wicker Man, and I give Wicker Man a 2. I can't do that to this movie. It's not fair. So I'll go with a 3.
Drowning is, I think, my biggest fear.
Is it? I don't know. Mine is heights, man. For some reason.
Drowning and burning alive. Those are my 2 biggest.
Maybe I'll have to lean against burning because that's just gonna be torture pain.
That is some shitty ways to go.
No, but yeah, this movie was me constantly checking to see how much time was left, saying, how is there this much time left? Pretty much until they got to the end there, where I was then they actually had my attention because of, her talking about, oh yeah, none of this ever actually happened.
Exactly.
They died. What?
I mean, bitch, you've been talking about this time for no fucking reason. It's so bad.
They should have had it like fucking someone tackle her, a wrestler, for lying about the rape. Like that's false charges. But no, yeah, it's crazy. But she found out she was dying. Now, if she wasn't dying, would she would have made the ending of this and told the truth?
No.
I don't know, man. I assume everyone else she was writing about was already dead anyway, so what difference does it make?
That's true. Her sister was gone, the boyfriend, everybody, yeah. I was curious about, though. I thought that she was going to actually talk what happened to the rapist and the redheaded chick.
I was waiting for her to say something at the wedding there, yeah.
Yeah, but...
This movie was just fucking too artsy for its own good.
Yes. Like, I don't mind artsy movies, but if it's like to the extreme, I can't, and it bounces around, I can't keep up, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I just start boring. Well,
all right, yeah. I think we're over this movie, people, which was probably the shortest discussion we've ever had for a movie, or at least we've had in a long time for just one movie. But fuck it.
It is what it is.
That was definitely under 20 minutes because we were talking beforehand. But let's jump on. Oh, go ahead.
The one scene where she unwraps the guy's head and the exposed brain, like I knew that was coming. You knew something was there. I'm like, oh, God. Just thinking about that.
Yeah, that stuff don't bother. Well, I watch a lot of gory horror shit.
Yeah, me too. That's why I said I was like, oh, cool. All right.
But I was so over. Like there's movies. It's movies like this that you're just like, oh my God. When it ends, you're just like, oh wow, whew, what a relief. What a fucking relief.
Yep. Man, I had to take a break. Like when it was over, because I watched this, then I was like, I'm watching Monty Python right after. I had to fucking reset my palate for this. I had to fucking get up, move around, go to the bathroom, get a drink, sat here for a minute. I was looking at my phone. I had to reset.
Yeah, you had to mentally prepare yourself for the.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I don't want this shit to drag over to this.
I basically had to do the same shit. It just I took longer to reset. It took me until today. I watched the other movie yesterday.
Keira Knightley's pretty smoking though.
Yeah, she is.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah, I watched the other movie yesterday. Watched this today. Probably around like 4 or 5, I think. I forgot exactly when I posted it. Whenever I said I watched it, I was watching it. And I plan on watching them back to back too. But that movie was so, and not even that it was long. I mean, yes, it was long, but I don't mind watching a 2-hour movie because I mean, I just did with freaking
everything in the past 4 weeks.
Tuesday's movie was long.
Oh, Midsommar, yeah.
Midsommar was 2 hours, but I liked it. It was like 2 hours and 4 minutes, but I enjoyed every second of it. But this movie here, 2 hours and 2 hours is too long for this shit. They could have told this story in 45 fucking minutes. Especially when you find out that she's lying. She could have just... I don't fucking know. I'm dropping this movie down to a 1. I don't like this movie.
What?
I don't like this movie at all.
Damn. All right. So halftime, you spin the wheel?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take my NyQuil.
There you go.
Cheers, y'all.
Let's see which. Hang on, let me shuffle it up some, guys.
There you go.
How long does it take NyQuil to kick in, you think?
I don't know, man.
It varies, I think.
I never took it. I don't get sick.
I just want one good night's sleep. I really feel like that would make the huge difference.
Take a couple shots. Let that NyQuil mix. You'll go to sleep.
We just got a beautiful new king-size bed, too. So
there you go.
First night you get sick, you throw up on it. She kicks you in the face.
What is this one?
Is this...
it's 80s, 90s.
Oh, 80s, 90s. Neon.
I thought it was going to go into the Wheel of Hate again. It's close.
It's still moving. It's still moving. 80s, 90s.
Okay.
All right.
I forgot what I put on here.
No idea.
I have no recollection.
We haven't hit this one in a long time, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last fucking movie we did on this.
Wait, what was the Schwarzenegger movie we watched? Was that an 80s one? Or was that just
No, that was the
fun
White Twins.
No, there
Oh, Commando.
Commando. Was that the 80s? That wasn't the 80s wheel though. I think that was just
That was
White Wheel. Or the OG wheel.
I think that was the OG.
yeah. Yeah.
This, I think we only hit this wheel one time. Uh-oh, Chris, we almost had your movie up there, La Bamba.
Is Howard the Duck on here? Or is that
Yes,
the
it
OG
is.
wheel?
I think you put it Howard the Duck on here. I thought.
I put it on something.
What the hell is this shit?
This
What the fuck? This is Ibrahim.
Damn it, Ibrahim.
Yo, the movie of it is gonna be 2.5
Look,
hours.
it's got 1986_files in the title. This is gonna be something we can't fucking find.
Yo. Like, God damn it. All right.
I forgot what the name of it was already.
He's getting back-to-back movie picks and he hasn't even been here.
The Sacrifice. The Sacrifice. Okay. Never seen it. I never heard of it.
Me either.
I'm hoping it's a horror movie.
Quiz show
What the?
or American Pie?
American Pie.
American Pie.
American Pie.
Nah, ran.
American. Oh my goodness! Stop wheel.
Oh.
American Pie.
Aaron, you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Stifler's mom.
With no African American cast.
True.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of white people fucking pies.
Yeah.
And drinking sperm.
One time at band camp.
One time.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Yeah, me too.
Probably like when like the sequels are coming out consistently.
That'll be.
I hope it's still
that'll be
funny.
fun. I think it will be.
I think so too. It has to be.
I hope so too, but it should be. I mean, we're not the most mature group, so that should help.
This is when Tara Reid was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
this is
people
when she
love
was
Tara
hot.
Reid.
This this will be one of those things to like, because you know how when you were younger your taste is different as far as what you like in a female. Now I'm just talking about visuals, so we'll see how hot she was when we go back and watch this movie again. Or we're just like, oh my god, she always looked like this. What the hell was wrong with me?
I think
That ain't changing, bro.
Oh, that son Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Shannon.
she's hot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's hot. All right. Cool. Fun times. All right. So
That's a
ready
great
for,
part of visuals and movies. It locks it in time.
Yes. So are you ready for this, guys?
Yes, sir.
I'm
Monty
excited.
Python and the Holy Grail.
Early ratings. Let's go.
10.
I knew Chris was going to throw out a 10.
The number of times I've seen this, at least.
All right.
Oh, okay.
If you
So
look at
one per every time, so it's
Yeah.
a one movie.
if you look at any list of the greatest movies ever made, this movie's on there somewhere. This one and Life of Brian, apparently.
Brian.
It's another Monty Python.
It's
thing.
another Monty Python movie. I actually haven't seen that one,
I haven't seen it either.
I've never.
but this movie is fucking fantastic. Love
like-
everything about it. There's so many jokes. You have to watch it multiple times just to catch everything. I mean, just the credit stuff alone in the beginning. Did you read some of the credits
Yeah,
as they were
I read it. I
flashing?
read it all. Then
A lot of
and then-
stuff
then
about
it goes
Moose.
Back, like, yeah,
A lot
then
of
it
stuff
goes back
about-
and goes, we can't pay you. Sorry for we fired them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys who sacked those guys just got sacked. And
Yeah.
then there's a credit for Moose Nose Wiper as they keep talking about Moose.
Oh wow.
There's
God damn, that's
I
so
found an insane stat. I don't know if this is true as I was just looking through trivia. There's so much trivia. Let me find it. So the theatrical release contains 527 jokes, it said, including 42 in the opening credits for an average of one joke every 10 and a half seconds. So
God
I don't know who came up with that stat, but if it's even close to that, that is insane.
I can see that though, because it was like back to back, like silliness. Like
This is just silly from start to
silly.
beginning.
Yeah. Yes.
why I was super excited for Aaron to see it.
The first scene coming in the horse, and it's just them fucking skipping with coconuts.
They didn't have the money for horses. That wasn't their initial intention.
Oh, that's a connection to the two movies. There's horses in the other ones, but the other fucking movie, they shot them, piece of shit bastards.
Yeah, it's true.
But
I think Monty Python had money for like one horse, so they decided nobody gets horses, and they did the coconut thing instead.
It's made it hilarious though, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like when I first seen this, I thought it was a silly. And here, okay, so I have a weak point, a weak spot. I'm a huge fan of British comedy. Like I like a lot of shows. IT Crowd, the British Office. There's this Mrs. Brown's Boys. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's funny. But this made me laugh like a lot, and I got a lot of the jokes because I watched British comedy. How they talk and how they say it and everything. I'm giving it an 8. I'm not saying a 10. It's not like the best, funniest thing I've ever seen, but I liked it. I enjoyed it just because of that extra stuff. I'm giving it an 8.
Go ahead, Chris. You look like you got something to say.
He wasn't a fan, I could tell.
4.
No, this is the thing. A lot of people, if you're not into this type of comedy, it's like a mixture of slapstick and fucking like nonsense shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you want to dive in a little deeper on that, Chris, or
just a little? Like some of the stuff, some of the skit comedy, like you kind of, and then that's as far as it goes for me. And after the first like 10 minutes of it, it's like I got another hour and 20 of it to go.
You didn't like the where he fights the Black Knight? He chops off the arm. He's sitting there, he stands around. He's like,
it's one of my favorites. Get your arms off, you stupid bastard.
Like, yeah, the Black Knight. And then you're like, oh, seriously? Yeah, but still, like, I just don't like British. I don't know. Like, I can watch Top Gear. I can't do British regular dry humor. Like,
okay.
Or like when he kneels down after he cuts off both his arms because he thinks the battle's over, and then out of nowhere the Black Knight comes over kicking him.
That's stupid. That's what I'm saying. That stupidity makes me laugh so much. It was great.
I wanted to be the Black Knight for Halloween. I could never find a costume.
Can't do it these days.
Awesome. Well, he could. He's not painting his skin black.
No.
I guess.
I just need black tunic, probably.
Oh
pants
my damn!
But not me. I'm gonna give this a 5. Like Chris said, it did have funny parts. I laughed at it more. I'm probably sure I laughed at it more than he did. But the thing with that bothered me the most, I think, is with some of the funny parts, they dragged it too long, so it wasn't funny anymore. Like, you know, sometimes
that is a trademark of theirs.
And it just, for me, it just didn't work. Like, it had funny parts and it would be hilarious, and then they would just drag it a little too long, and I'm just like, all right.
I don't know what that kind of comedy is, but a perfect example of that is where you keep the joke going for a while. I don't know if anybody watched Letterkenny.
No.
So it's a Canadian show. To me, I love it. It's so funny.
Watches it.
Yeah, but the guy Wayne, he'll say something like it reminds you, like if you say moist, they'll bring up, it's like that wordplay where you think of a person's name like, oh, James Moisterson in blah blah, and they keep it going for a while. You just have to keep putting that word in there, and it sounds like dirty and shit. Is that kind of comedy? I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but I enjoy that stuff. That's why I didn't mind what you're saying, where they took it too far, like it went too long.
Oh, not that one.
Cassidy.
Yeah. You're talking about perfect example is when they first run into the castle with the people up on top, and they're like talking crap to each other back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
That jokes were going for a while, but then they did a big punchline. They started launching fucking cows and animals at them.
Dude, they catapult the cow.
That was funny.
It was so stupid.
And then throwing livestock. The sparrow thing right at the beginning, I think, goes on too long.
Yeah, the sparrow thing, like they're naming it like the weight. They're like, what about those 2 sparrows?
But what about an African sparrow? Well, I didn't. What did they migrate?
One part I'm thinking of that I can briefly describe that had me laughing is when the guy came in, he wanted the guards or whatever to watch the Prince, and they just could not leave the room, and they could not figure that shit out. That
that part was
the hardest part of the whole movie.
The rabbit.
I was just
the
gonna say, what
rabbit,
about the
dude.
bloodthirsty rabbit?
The
That
rabbit,
scene
my
was
favorite fucking
hilarious.
part. That shit was fucking hilarious. And I was talking to Chris when I was watching this earlier. I said that rabbit. I would watch a horror movie of that rabbit.
Oh, definitely.
Like if that was the main villain killing, a la Thanksgiving, which everybody knows how I feel about that movie. I love it. It's a fucking 10 out of 10. And guess what? I'll be reviewing for Thanksgiving on Horror with Source 30 this year. Again, Thanksgiving. It's a tradition. Deal with it.
No, that rabbit's hilarious, man.
Yeah, that part was hilarious. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Fast as fuck, boy. That rabbit's
So,
quick.
what do you think of the ending where it's kind of Breaking Saddles-esque and just it's the
Yeah.
real world and they get arrested?
They broke the fourth wall a lot in this.
So this came out a year before Blazing Saddles. So I do wonder if Mel Brooks was inspired at all by it.
Maybe. I'm going to say yes. He had to be because they did that shit. Because at first you're like, what the fuck is going on? There's a reporter and shit that the night just drives by and fucking slices basically the head off. And two invested cops come and fucking doing a crime scene. I'm like, then that's how it ended. Like they put all the credits in the front. And there's no credits at the end. It just goes black. That shit was funny.
It's one of those movies. Again, I probably wouldn't watch this movie again. I'm gonna stick with my 5 though. Like I said,
I would.
I had my laughs and chuckles throughout the film here and there, but it didn't really stick with me. I get why people do like it. Blazing Saddles was way better, way funnier, but it was obviously different type of humor, way different as far as just they went right there with it.
But so this ended the way it did, really, because they couldn't think of a different way to end it. Plus, I think there was like years later, one of the other people in the comedy troupe, I guess, as he was donating his notebooks and stuff, they did throw around another ending where they team up with the French to take on the rabbit, which I think would have been awesome, but they didn't have the budget for it.
Yeah, because they never beat that rabbit. Yo, that rabbit fucked them up, and they're like, "Yo, we're out."
They throw the holy hand grenade, and then
the
holy rabbit again.
Then they had the comic strip fucking drawing monster.
That had me dying.
I was like, "Wow, they're going everywhere with this one."
I just looked up at the screen when they said that. I started laughing. I was like, I gotta change my fucking name to that because earlier it was Sir Sturdy, King of the Colors. But I decided, I just changed it.
Even the fucking toll bridge dude, that scene was kind of funny. It was just so stupid. Like the 3 questions they thought they were gonna be hard as fuck.
Yep.
Then it was like, who are you? What's your quest? And like, what's your favorite color or something like
And
that.
the one guy says the wrong favorite color.
Yeah, but then before that, they were like, "This is easy. I'm next." And that's what the fucking thing. The last one was like a math equation or some fucked up question. It was like, I don't know that. It was like, boo, just launches them. It made me laugh at that part too. And I liked how the dude looked. How they had like the fucking crazy eye.
Oh yeah,
like the troll dude. I thought they did a good job dressing him like that.
You know what one of the smaller jokes that cracked me up is when he's walking around towards the beginning yelling, "Bring out your dead." And the one guy wants to throw the live guy on the pile. He's like, "I'm not dead. I'm getting better. I think I'll go for a walk later." No,
he's like, "No, you're gonna die. He's gonna like die in 2 hours."
Like, is there anything you could do for me? And he just walks over and clubs him.
Yeah, that part was funny. But the thing is, back then, I think they really did that. There was like a certain Europe they did that because of the Black Death and shit.
Yeah, that was
they're basically saying, "Bring me your dead," and they fucking throw him on the wagon, and they just fucking throw him in a hole and burn him or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I gave a presentation my junior or senior year of high school in my English class on Arthurian legend, and I showed a clip, the clip where he's talking to the Frenchman outside the castle. I included that in my presentation. I got to use something that says "I fart in your general direction," and I got an A in my project.
Nice.
That clip.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries. I think.
Yeah, so weird. You're like, what the fuck? Elderberries.
Shit like that. See, the stupid shit like that had me laughing, but again, it had those scenes, but then they just kept dragging it too long, and it was like, all right, come on. You do 2 or 3 back and forths, and then you jump to the next scene and do the same.
They were long, but I thought it was. I mean, I enjoyed it the whole way through.
So basically, it's a white movie.
Yeah,
Definitely.
As James and I just proved.
He gives it a 10. I give it an 8. You guys are like 5 and a 4.
What wheel did these come off of?
That is true.
That's true. That is true.
The white wheel. That is very
or where Sir Galahad the Chaste walks into the castle full of women, young women, because he saw the Holy Grail spotlight.
Yep.
And they're like, for punishment, you should spank her. Yes, spanking's all around. And then the oral sex. And then Sir Lancelot comes in to rescue.
Wow.
Like, you're in grave peril. Let me face the peril.
Oh, man.
Grave danger.
I'm gonna try one more time because I feel like it can't be that bad to me if I'm missing something.
Like I said, it's that type of comedy. It's like it's a whole bunch of mixture of like that silliness comedy, the nonsense shit, slapstick, and like I said, the shit I don't know what's called where you drag it. Like Aaron says, you keep going, continuous thing.
Beating a dead horse, man.
Yeah, like so if you like that comedy, you're going to enjoy this. This is where like a lot of movies like basically Adam Sandler, the slapstick shit, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, it's kind of like the same shit joke wise.
Similar. I know what you're saying.
Like that kind of style.
And kind of some of his stuff drags.
Yeah. So it's in everything.
The same actor in every movie except for Uncut Gems, I guess. I haven't seen that yet. But
like I said, I enjoy a lot of types. I even enjoy the taboo. I like the dark humor, and I say it all the time because I know it's a joke. You can talk about like a baby kicking a baby across the room, and
I mean,
it's funny.
Treevenge has a baby getting stomped by a creep.
I laughed so hard at that scene because I did not expect it. I was like, "Are you fucking?" Because he was like, "Are you kidding? They did that?" And I was dying.
Like,
if anybody didn't see it, they gotta watch it. It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you can't expect it.
It's on YouTube. It's like 15, 20 minutes. It's called Treevenge. Christmas tree pretty much take revenge on white people for you guys.
Yep. Sick and tired of chopping them down and decorating them. Yeah, They're like, fuck this shit. No, it's crazy. It's
hilarious. They even have their own language, but
like I said, it makes sense. If you're not used to this type of, and like I said, I like British comedy. So the British type spin on it, the comedy style. That's why it's like
I didn't even think it's overly British.
No, but it's like it reminded me not that just they're doing the accents and all that stuff, but I'm talking about the style reminded me of a lot of British TV I watched, mixed with, of course, all the other styles, American style, talking, but I felt the influence. They actually did a good job, like they had the British twist to it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt it. It's like I seen it, but I like that British TV, so. That's why I think I like it more because I like that style of comedy.
Now, for me personally, I feel like with this movie, if you're a smoker, smoke. If you're a drinker, have a drink. Get like a nice light buzz to it, and you'll probably enjoy. I mean, I guess you can say it about any movie, but you'll enjoy it more. You'll probably laugh a little more because I feel like if I watch this movie and then I didn't smoke, I may not have laughed. I would have laughed a lot less. Just for me, there was some scenes that I would probably laughed at either way, but they're even funnier because I was high. So that's why, again, I'm sticking with a 5 with this.
What about the scene where they have a plan to get into the Frenchman's castle and they wheel up the Trojan horse? That's the wooden rabbit, but they forgot to get inside.
And he was explaining it.
He's explaining the plan.
So we get inside in the morning, we come up, they're like, and King Arthur is like, you stupid motherfucker. He's like, he's supposed to be the smart one. He's like the philosopher.
And then all of a sudden you hear the catapult coming through.
Yeah, like the cows that just launched here comes flying. See, that part's like that comedy style. It's like,
no, like I said, it is funny. It's just that it drags. I did like the scenes where they always fucked up and forgot, and they're always explaining some simple ass shit. Like, yo, keep him in this room. Oh, so you don't want him to follow you, and you don't want me to watch him because he's a guard. That wouldn't make sense if I'm watching a guard. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck? How do you not understand this?
Of course, the knights that say knee.
Yeah, James of knee.
They just want a shrubbery.
You gotta go. Then they come back. You're like, okay, yeah, we want another shrubbery. We
And
want
they
you to
say
stack it on top.
We're no longer the knights that say knee. We're the knights that say Iko whatever.
Yes.
Then the one behind him says knee, and he turns around and goes shh.
Oh man.
A lot of silliness.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's silliness all around. Enjoyable silliness.
I'm glad you watched it. This is something you need to at least watch once in your lifetime.
And then another one that cracked me up where Sir Lancelot, they show the same scene of him running towards the castle for like 5 times in a row, and then he's there and stabs the guy. And then goes in and murders everyone because he thinks he's trying to save a princess.
Yep, he's just chopping everybody down.
This movie
He's like, sorry, I get carried away. Sorry.
This one was ridiculous. It was definitely. I don't know.
Like I said, I'm gonna try one more time, but right now I'm sticking with my foe.
Yeah, I'm
sticking with an 8. I like it.
Sticking with your 10, Chris.
I am.
If he watched it 10 times, man, he's a huge fan. I say it like 3, 4.
I'll say 10 times over 20 years.
Okay, that's still way more than me. Like I see it 4 times. It was, I can't tell. It'll spread out during the years, but this is the first time I've seen it in a long time. So I think this was my 4th time. I think I've seen it 3 times beforehand.
My first and last.
I want to see the Brian Life of Brian. I want to see
Life of Brian. From when I was looking at trivia and stuff, Holy Grail. Everything I found when I talked about like greatest movie lists and stuff like that, Holy Grail is usually on there, but Life of Brian, everybody said had ranked like 1 or 2 places above it. But I haven't seen Life of Brian, which actually surprised me because I thought Holy Grail was supposed to be the better of the 2, but I don't know.
They also got the Flying Circus, right? Or is that the regular show?
That was their show,
okay.
which I've never seen. That's the one that will drive you crazy from what I hear if you watch too much of it. Like, that's the real insane nonsense animation stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's, if you want to, like, it's got, I work with one guy that tells me he's seen a lot of it, and I don't know how many seasons it had, but it kind of got worse as it went along. That is where they really, really drag stuff out from what I've heard.
Oh. I might have watched a couple, but I can't remember.
But I mean, obviously, the popularity of that show when it first came out spawned this. Spam-A-Lot, the musical, of course, came from this, which I haven't seen either.
Yeah, I didn't see Spam-A-Lot. Yeah, it's the spoofs on the old stories.
Yeah.
Nope.
A lot of cultural significance.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, again, people, this is what we reviewed tonight. If you haven't seen these movies, go check them out. Let us know how you feel about them in next week's episode.
I think I hear some fireworks.
Yeah,
they started that like last week. Every freaking day, like someone's laying something off.
At midnight. So about 11:45, 11:30, 11:45 is when I'll be sending out the invites to anybody that wants to come and join. Just
I'm too old for that.
Nope, I'll be dead asleep, hopefully.
Or post it in the comments on the post or whatever. But yes, that. And of course, you know, the live shows every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Horror with Thirst 30. Live show every Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Popcorn and Pints. We also have Stories from a Bar. Go follow that everywhere. And Deep Focus Cinema, go follow that everywhere as well. All these shows, all 4, go follow them every single place you can find them. And don't forget about Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Follow him all across your social medias, YouTube, and all that fun stuff. He has some dope, fun content coming out as well. Yeah. This is what we're reviewing on Tuesday on Horror with 30 The Cell, Jennifer Lopez's delicious self.
Have not seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Me either, so I'm excited.
I seen it once.
Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio's in it? I didn't know that.
I think I seen it when it first came out.
But yeah. So
yeah.
I'm off Friday. Maybe I'll hop on Horror with Sir Sturdy Thursday.
Okay.
Or whatever you're reviewing. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. He hopped on, what was it, last week for 2 episodes or 2 weeks ago?
I did. I took the week off to do nothing but house stuff.
and hop on 30. So he made the right choice.
That's really why I took the days off.
Yep.
Yeah, Kyle, when you first move into the house, you need a break. So this might be our record timing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we usually try to stretch it out, but next week will probably be more because American Pie is probably gonna be a lot of crazy, wild nostalgia and shit that probably wouldn't be able to be in the movie nowadays because people got so damn soft.
And whatever movie Ibrahim gave us that we need to try to find.
Yeah, The Sacrifice.
The Sacrifice.
And Aaron, get your R. Kelly ready because there is pee in this movie.
There is.
Always ready.
Oh shit!
R. Kelly's always on deck.
Did I don't think is there a black character in American Pie?
There's
an Asian one.
Side character, like walking background character, if anything.
No, there's definitely not a main character, but I don't even think there's a secondary character.
Was it Jason Biggs? There's Stifler. I forgot his real name.
Those are all white.
Shit.
No, I'm naming the characters. I'm trying to go through it. Then there's that one. I forgot the character's name.
They're all white.
They're all white.
Come on, man. There ain't no Tyrone or Jerome.
No, the main group is all white.
Yeah. Then there's an Asian guy, John Cho, I think.
How do we connect these movies? We said the horses.
Oh, because the fake horses and the horses that they shot on the beach.
What about like the castles?
Wow.
I mean, there really wasn't a castle in Atonement. That was just a big mansion. By the way, there's a Game of Thrones connection for Atonement. Their bag boy is Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones.
Ooh. So this is both in England, right?
Scotland.
And I thought they mentioned London. That's the only reason I thought of this.
In Atonement, they mentioned London. They're in England.
Well, they had the castle style buildings, whatever you could think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Style shit.
Holy Grail was filmed in Scotland.
Okay.
Pulling them. Yeah.
Okay, so that don't connect. Okay, it has to be the horses.
Horses.
The horses / no horse. Fake horse. The imaginary horse.
Invisible horse.
The coconut, the guy falling behind.
Oh god. But with that being said, people, I said that.
Wow.
Thanks for popping by. And we'll see you next week. And peace. And it was the little girl's fault in this fucking movie.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
He drowned a bit right into that fucking fountain.
What else isn't there?